So the latest findings, and just hang with me, I'm going to break all this down once I get through some of the mumbo jumbo. The latest findings are this. The Clinton campaign paid to infiltrate Trump Tower, as well as Trump's apartment, that's alleged, and the White House internet servers. Now, why? What are they doing? What would the Clinton campaign be doing trying to penetrate these things? They were trying to create the appearance that Donald Trump was, in fact, colluding with Russia, something called Alpha Bank. I'm not going to give you too many details because it gets way in the weeds and way too confusing. They were trying to create the appearance Donald Trump really was this Russian agent. This was part of the Clinton strategy. All right, in the findings, a tech executive, I don't know how to say his name, Rodney Jaffe, I believe. He's an FBI award-winning cyber analyst. So he's just one of these tech guys, one of these nerds. He sits up at the computer. Had come to access and maintain dedicated servers as part of a sensitive arrangement whereby it provided DNS resolution services to the executive office of the president. Okay, so that means this guy had access to the office of the president. Remember, part of this investigation isn't just what happened when Trump was a candidate. It was what happened after he became president of the United States. That's going to have a big part to play in this. Just hang with me, all right? Durham continued. Tech Executive 1, that's Jaffe, tasked these researchers to mine internet data to establish an interference and narrative tying then-candidate Trump to Russia. In doing so, Tech Executive 1 indicated that he was seeking to please certain VIPs, referring to individuals at Law Firm 1 and the Clinton campaign. Okay, well, this definitely sounds pretty serious so far. I mean, if we stopped right here, hold on. So we have an FBI award-winning tech guy. He has infiltrated Trump Tower and the Trump White House in order to please the Clinton campaign? If you're not starting to get worried yet, wait till I wrap it up at the end. You're going to start getting worried, believe me. Anyway, a lot of people have been making these accusations for a long time. We haven't actually had any teeth to them, but you must understand there's a lot more to this. After the indictment of former Clinton lawyer Michael Sussman, there have also been two other indictments. Remember Kevin Kleinsmith? He was the FBI lawyer. He was the FBI lawyer who falsified a document so the FBI could get a warrant, a FISA warrant, to spy on an American citizen, and he was since given probation for that. He wasn't even disbarred, I should point out. That should have been prison time for the rest of his life if you use your position at the FBI to get a warrant to spy and illegally spy on an American citizen. Yet nothing happened, right? Slap on the wrist, nothing. And then we have this guy, of course, his name's Igor Danchenko. Who is Igor Danchenko? Again, I understand we're getting in the weeds here. Just hang with me. Igor Danchenko was a man who gave false statements to Christopher Steele. I know that name is probably sounding familiar. Christopher Steele was the one who came up with the Steele dossier. He's a former foreign intelligence agent. Well, former, we don't know who his current employer is, but former foreign intelligence agency. The Steele dossier was paid for by the Clinton camp. It was a dirt effort. That's what it was. Hey, Christopher Steele, Mr. Foreign Intelligence Agent, hey, use your little shoe spy phone and find us some dirt on then-candidate Donald Trump. Christopher Steele goes to this guy, Igor Danchenko. Danchenko makes a bunch of false statements to Steele. Steele puts them in the dossier as if they're fact, and on and on and on we go. Now, that was a long way to get to this part, because I'm gonna give you Trump's statement, and then I'm gonna give you what actually matters, all right? Here's Trump's statement. The latest pleading from the special counsel, Robert Durham, provides indisputable evidence that my campaign and presidency were spied on by operatives paid by the Hillary Clinton campaign in an effort to develop a completely fabricated connection to Russia. This is a scandal far greater in scope and magnitude than Watergate, and those who were involved in and knew about this spying operation should be subject to criminal prosecution. In a stronger period of time in our country, this crime would have been punishable by death. In addition, reparations should be paid to those in our country who've been damaged by this. All right. Now, that was a lot. And you know that's more detail and names and things and indictments and lawyer and Sussman and Kleinsmith. That was a lot. So let's just Set all that aside in case all these names are bouncing around in your head. Look, I knew it, and I was reading some of it, and it's all bouncing around in mine. Here's what it comes down to. It looks like we pretty much know now for a fact that the Hillary Clinton campaign, while they were under investigation for Hillary Clinton's email shenanigans, it looks like they instead did a massive distraction operation with their friends at the FBI. CIA got involved as well, and they came up with this Russian collusion thing. Steele dossier gets handed into the FBI. All this information gets handed to the FBI from the Clinton campaign. FBI wants to run with it, but probably doesn't have enough teeth with it yet. So someone at the FBI leaked this information to liberal news outlets like the Washington Post, who then run with it, and then the FBI turns around and takes that information and says, well, look, even the media's reporting on it, on the information they just leaked to them. Long story short, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the CIA, the American media, the system decided Donald Trump shouldn't be president, tried to destroy him illegally, and then after he was president, didn't stop trying to destroy him. In fact, they handcuffed his presidency for the first 2 years with a bogus Russian collusion accusation. Now, maybe you're rolling your eyes at all this because you hate Donald Trump. It's fine. I don't wave anybody's pom-poms. Hate Trump all you want. I don't care. If it doesn't greatly concern you that America's federal law enforcement arm, America's spy agencies, America's FISA court, and America's media worked together to destroy somebody who had different political views than them, then frankly, you need to turn off the television, go live in the mountains somewhere, because you are an idiot and you are completely useless to what's coming. That is a staggering accusation, and it appears to be 100% true. And if that turns out to be 100% true, allow me to return back to my original point about the office of the presidency not having enough power to fix what's wrong. You understand that we could have every seat in Congress and every seat in the Senate, and we could have the presidency of the United States of America. And if we don't fix the fact that the administrative state, DOJ, FBI, IRS, CIA, NSA, so on and so forth, if we don't fix the fact that these organizations are now completely occupied by committed communists out to destroy Republicans, then nothing else matters, because they're just going to keep doing this again and again and again and again and again. And this is the part where I'm going to remind you that if you're not challenging your congressman, your senator, your potential president candidate to drain the swamp, and I don't mean catchy campaign slogans at a rally, I mean you tell me what you're going to do to get rid of all these people at the FBI and all these people at the CIA. Unless they act like that's the most important thing out there right now, they're useless. Don't tell me about tax cuts. Honestly, and don't tell me about other things that I think are important. You know, securing the border. You know what a border hawk I am? Unless we bring the administrative state back to heel, nothing else matters, because everything's already finished. We've already lost before we've even started playing the game. That is dangerous. And I want you to think about one other thing to make you uncomfortable before I wrap this up and we move on to Kara Frederick to talk big tech. If they're willing and able to do that to Donald Trump, then billionaire and president, what do you think they could and would do to you? Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.